Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm here on the World of Tanks website, and under latest news is an article, Fair Play Enforcement, Riggers Face Immediate and Severe Bans. And we're going to read this, and it comes just shortly after I did a video exposing a new cheat mod that's becoming prevalent in the game. I showed two examples of players who were the victims of being farmed and killed even though they were not detected in the game. And I know that the Killzor also did a video on this about a week ago. And WarGaming seems to, let's just read the article here, but it seems that they are acting immediately. Let's read the article and see what they say here. Commanders, we know that many of you have expressed concerns about a newly surfaced type of cheat and rigged battles in World of Tanks. While we regularly ban players for using cheats, illegal mods, this violation of fair play policy has sparked significant community discussion. Rigged battles we've been talking about for a long time. This new type of cheat, I just did a video on it just a couple of days ago, and I'm getting many emails from players that feel they've been the victim of this new cheat mod. If you haven't seen that video, I'll post a link of it up here. It's the one where enemies or the cheater can just see all the enemies, regardless of whether they're detected or not. They show up on their screen as little blocks, little colored blocks. And I know the Killzor did a video on this, and he actually showed the cheat mod in action in his video. I just showed it from the perspective of two people that were being killed by someone who was cheating. But anyways, we recognize that our communication on this could have been clearer. Guys, WarGaming recognizes that our communication on this front could have been clearer, and that silence may have caused frustration. Okay, I laugh, but let's be serious here. However, it was intentional. Okay, they intentionally communicated unclearly and were silenced. I can't do it without making jokes. Okay, we're going to do it seriously. It was intentional that they communicated unclearly, as disclosing too much too soon could give cheaters and riggers insight into our detection methods. Okay, fair enough. We understand that players are concerned about the integrity of the game and the competitive balance being compromised, but rest assured, we are actively tackling the issue and working hard to restore fairness. Now, I have to say, this is the first time I've ever, WarGaming has ever reacted like this. Usually they deny and I see nothing, I hear nothing. Right? That usually in the past, I don't know how many videos I had to do on game rigging cheating. They just refuse to say anything about it, and they like to work in the background and never admit that there's a problem. That was always their strategy. You know, the game is fine, everything's great, and then they kind of in the background furiously trying to solve the problem. This is the first time they've come out and actually. So I say, well done. This is the first time they've actually admitted the issue very early, and it looks like they're doing something. So let's keep reading. It's a delicate line to walk. Providing too much information about our detection system could help the cheaters and riggers find ways to avoid being caught. However, we want to reassure you that we are constantly improving our systems, and action is being taken to protect fair play. You're obviously not going to disclose your software that you use for detecting these people, but you could come out and say, we're going to get you, and we're going to catch you, and we're going to ban you permanently. And it's scary. You could say that right off the start. There's no advantage to not saying anything. But anyways, recent actions. In our latest enforcement on September 13th, 623 players were permanently banned globally for using the new type of cheat. 1,442 players were permanently banned globally for rigging. So they banned 623 players for using the new type of cheat? 623 players globally? The problem with these mods is they can modify. They can, like viruses, they can mutate. They'll ban one version of it, another version will pop. There's already probably dozens of versions of it. But they go on to say here, more bans are coming for those not yet caught, and we will continue to take decisive action against anyone undermining the integrity of the game. No cheat is undetectable, contrary to what cheat creators advertise. despite what some cheat creators advertise, there are no undetectable cheats. Because this is the no BS channel, and I call it like it is. And I have to say now, well, WarGaming, it's your own fault. Like this, and this is not the first time. The way this game works is there's constantly an ebb and flow of cheating. It's like the tide comes in and there's like a wave of cheating, and people start noticing it, and they start sending replays to content creators like me and others, and we start talking about it, and people start talking about it in the forums, which you shut down now, so that we can't do that anymore. But it becomes an issue that becomes more and more known, until finally the whole community is aware of it, and more people start noticing it. And then WarGaming quietly tried to ban people that are using the mod. So it's always like a new cheat comes in, and then after some time when it's exposed, then WarGaming has to do something about it. And in fact, this game, the whole building blocks, the whole way this game works, the whole way this company works, is to encourage the use of mods. This is how you've designed your game, WarGaming. There is a mod folder in the download. If you guys go on your drive where you've downloaded the game, there is a folder that's called mods. And you can download mods into that folder, and WarGaming encourages the use of mods, and they have a mod hub that you can download mods from. And this has constantly created this situation where there's always someone there's the new mod that people will download that gives an advantage, and then WarGaming will decide whether that advantage is meets their fair play policy or is contrary to their fair play policy. And in some cases, they will incorporate that mod in the game. For example, in the past, and there's dozens and dozens of examples, so I'm going to give you one. Way back in the day, remember the zoom out mod, right? Back in the day when it wasn't part of the client, you could only zoom out a certain amount, but there was a mod pack, and there was a popular streamer who had a mod pack that had the zoom out mod. And when you watched him stream, so this is the difference. When you're playing, you'd drive up to a house and there'd be an enemy behind the house, and you'd zoom out as far as you could, and you couldn't really see him, and you'd say, do I go right or do I go left? I want to go and shoot him. Maybe I'll go right. And you go right around the house, and you had a 50-50 chance whether his gun was facing you or not, right? But the popular streamer had the zoom out mod in his mod pack, so when he approached an enemy that was behind the house, he could zoom out to 30,000 feet and look down and say, oh, he's facing left. I'll go right and shoot him in the rear. And so people would download that mod, and it gave you an advantage. And eventually, WarGaming said, we'll put that in the game. And so now everyone has it in the game. So in some people's minds, the way the game works of letting third parties come up with modifications to the game. Remember, that's what a mod is, right? It's a modification. The game's been modified. That's what mod means. Modification means your code on your computer's been modified, so your game is different. It's been modified. It's not the same as someone else's who didn't modify their game. So this whole policy of allowing the mods and then like choosing some that, oh, you kind of like that one, we'll put that one in the game for everyone. There's constantly this new mod comes in the game, and it's been in the game for a while, and then WarGaming looks at it and goes, oh, that one's too powerful. We don't like that one. That one's a cheat. And we'll crack down on that and ban those accounts. Well, that one seems okay. We'll let you play with that mod pack for a couple of years, and then maybe we'll put it in the game. And basically, they're encouraging third-party coders to come up with code that they can incorporate in the game, making their jobs easier. Why the hell don't your programmers just program the game the way you want it to be, right? And so this whole policy of having a game that encourages modifications will undoubtedly lead to a kind of the tide comes in and there's a new cheat, like this one. This one's severe, the one that they're talking about here, this new cheat, could destroy the game. And that's why I think they've reacted in this way, where they're trying to clamp down on it hard immediately, because this one will destroy the game. This one, if you watch my video on the 2 people that were the victim of this mod, is a game destroyer. Imagine Clan Wars if this mod becomes popular and all you need is 1 guy or 2 guys in a clan that have this mod, and basically all the enemies are visible. Clan Wars will become a shit show. That will just die if this mod becomes popular, and regular pub matches will get destroyed too. But the competitive part of World of Tanks will just die, and the pub games will become a shit show, right? Because if you're the people that are playing in clans that want to be competitive, you will not be competitive unless, if the mod gets infested in the game, it will be impossible to win unless you have it, and then it'll be just a shit show of like a shooting gallery. It'll destroy the game. It's almost as bad. Oh no, it's way worse. But let me give you another example, because I was in a clan like 7-8 years ago when I was a noob, and I joined a clan, and I was in the clan for just a short period of time, then just quit, because back about 8 years ago, the cheat mod, the kind of popular cheat mod in those days, was the destruction mod, like what our artillery sees, destruction from above. But what that mod did was, on your mini map, it would show with little arrows fences that were knocked down, trees that were knocked down, houses that were destroyed, right? So my introduction to Clan Wars in World of Tanks was you get in the game and there's one guy calling the battle, and the game would start and he'd say, okay, we're all gonna, and in Clan Wars usually the clan travels in packs, you stay together. It's very different than pub games. And so, we're gonna go head to K, we're B3, we're going east, we're gonna move up the 1-2 line, and then one guy would say, they're going left, they're all at H3, H4, trees down, fences down, houses broken at H4. They're flanking around that side. Turn and go. And you'd react to the one guy on your team that had the cheat mod would tell you where the enemies were. And in fact, the guys calling the battle would say, make sure that on your way you don't knock down any fences or any trees. And I was like, this is a shit show. And I just quit. I didn't, stop playing in clans. I only lasted a short time because if you didn't have that cheat mod, you were uncompetitive. So, because that cheat mod allowed you to know where the enemy team was deploying, and I guess they've cracked down on that, and I don't know if that's still being used, but that's old cheating. The new cheating is the enemies are right there on your screen, all of them, depicted by little colored blocks, and you can just shoot them even though they're not detected, even if they're on the move. Right? In real time, moving. Imagine that. And if you watch my video, you'll see these poor 2 players, these 2 that were farmed out of render range of any enemies while they're moving. Not just blind shot stationary. Right? This thing working in real time while the game is being played. The point is, WarGaming, you promote mods, you have a mod folder, this is going to happen over and over and over again. And I know that there's this constant argument amongst the community. Oh, I like mods. Mods lead to good content in the game. If you don't use mods, you're a loser. You have to use this mod. I can't play the game without this mod. And fine, you can believe whatever you want, but the result of having mods being acceptable in the game is that every now and then there will be a game destroying mod or a cheating mod that's unacceptable that will become popular, and there'll be like a wave of cheating with the new, until the community becomes aware and it's exposed, and then WarGaming cracks down on it, and then the game will be okay for a while, and then a new mod will come in. And it's so easy because the game is programmed to accept mods and accept new code. In the mods folder, the game's coded to run with modifications. As opposed to, let me give you an example, the banking system, which also runs on code. But if you try and log into your bank and install a mod, there's no mod folder in your stock trading account. If there were no mods allowed at all in the game, period, and there was no mods folder, and there was no easy way for people to code in modifications that would be accepted in the game files, then this would be a minuscule problem. There would be very difficult for people to put modifications on their system if you just didn't allow the game to function. You didn't allow the game to function at all if the game files that you have on your computer are modified in any way, or if there was any files in there that don't belong. Like, as you say, there are no undetectable cheats. But you allow modifications. So as you say, it's a constant arms race. It's a constant you trying to keep up with the new mods and determining whether they're acceptable or not. And if they're not acceptable, finding the players that use them and banning those players. And are they playing during the period that you're trying to find them? And it's a constant shit show, basically, WarGaming. It's your own fault because you allow mods in the first place. There may be a delay between the appearance of the new cheat and the development of our detection algorithm, as it is a constant arms race. However, we have consistently found ways to detect cheats, and their users have been banned. Additionally, we often introduce a delay between the moment of detection and the actual ban. This significantly hinders cheat creators from adapting to our detection methods, and it also gives them time to cheat and screw the game while there's that delay between the moment you detect it and the actual ban, as they don't receive immediate feedback from the anti-cheat system when creating or modifying a cheat. As a result, we organize ban waves, banning all players caught cheating over a specific period rather than immediately. So you say it yourself. You've written it in black and white yourself, WarGaming. I'll read that again. We organize ban waves, banning all players caught cheating over a specific period rather than immediately. So a new cheat mod rears its ugly head, and then there's a wave of it in the game while you organize and corral all the people you want to ban rather than doing it immediately. There's this constant ebb and flow of cheating in the game because you allow mods in the first place. You could just not allow mods at all because there are no undetectable cheats, and you wouldn't constantly be fighting this battle. This cheat mod comes out. If this takes 6 or 8 months to stamp this out, it's going to destroy the game. In my opinion, having mods in the game in the first place is just a recipe for constantly dealing with this shit. And every time you think the game is fine and progressing normally, a new cheat comes out, and then we have to deal with this, right? Listen to what they say. We often introduce a delay between the moment of the detection and the actual ban. Like, you actually allow cheaters to play for a while. As a result, we organize ban waves. Is that the right way to do it? Why not have no mods? Just program the game the way you want it to function, and say no modifications. When you log onto the game, if your files are modified in any way, the game won't work. Done. But this is what they choose to do. So I don't know. You guys leave some comments. Let me know what you think. In the one hand, it's good that they've recognized and said something about this right away. That's positive. And as a negative, okay, so 623 players globally, and you're writing here that you let it go on for a while until you organize a ban wave. So we're going to deal with the cheating now for some time. Is that good enough for you guys? You guys leave some comments and let me know what you think. And I say, well, thank you very much that the banking industry doesn't have this kind of policy that if if you're trying to cheat while you're transferring money, they don't have a delay from the time that you start using the cheat mod to the. They don't allow you to steal a couple of $1 million first before they decide to crack down. It's easy to do wargaming. You could have no mods in your game, is what I'm saying, but you choose to have them, and because you have them, this is what we get. So leave some comments, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.